The power-ups in BO6 are weird. Have you noticed that? The way they feel is just kinda off. What I mean by that is their frequency as well as how they work. So originally, when power-ups dropped in the classic games, that's just it, they dropped. It was instant, and what that meant is sometimes you would just knife into an insta-kill, or most annoyingly, a nuke, which if you were on low rounds, really sucked. The knifing into power-ups thing, or the fact that they dropped instantly, means you could accidentally run into one when you didn't mean to. So, starting in Black Ops 4, a small but impactful change was made. Once a power-up dropped, it would take a full 2 seconds to spawn in. That way, you couldn't accidentally knife into nukes anymore. And also, when shooting into a horde while walking through them, you wouldn't pick up one without wanting to. And this mechanic would carry forward into both Cold War and Vanguard Zombies, which was good. It was a great quality of life improvement for the mode, and a welcome change. Now, the issue is, in BO6 Zombies, while there's the animation for the power-up spawning in before appearing, be it either not being programmed right or the more likely answer, because the game is always online and server-based, the power-ups actually already appear before the spawn-in animation is complete, which sort of defeats the purpose of having power-ups being delayed in the first place. Now, thankfully, you still can't knife into nukes, but it's still possible to walk into something too soon when you didn't mean to. And on the topic of that, nukes are terrible in this game. Because of the point system, and especially in online matches with randoms, nobody wants to open doors. So getting as many points per round is such a necessity that picking up a nuke and losing out on all those critical kills is a real setback. Again, in previous games with the old point system, it wouldn't matter much, but on the low and mid rounds, nukes are nothing but a negative unless picked up at the end of rounds. And speaking about the end of rounds, has anyone else noticed this game's habit of spawning double points seemingly always at the end of rounds? I swear, it happens so frequently, I wonder if they're programmed to drop only when there's nothing to shoot. But the real reason I wanted to make this video is to talk about why the max armor power-up is really bad in this game. Or rather, why it's not as good as it used to be, and how it could be better. So, how it worked in previous games was simply refilled your armor back to full, which is great, does what it's supposed to do. But in BO6, because the armor is changed to a plating system, having 1 or 2 armor bars when it's not fully destroyed and waiting until one is broken before you repair it is what you're supposed to do. To not waste your plates on repairing one that isn't even half damaged. So max armor feels like a waste when you either barely have any damage done, or if you have a plate or 2 in reserve. It doesn't help as much as it should. When it says max armor, I expect max armor. Make it actually max out your armor bar and your plates. That would actually be worth it. Having things not give you the full effect it once did makes everything feel underpowered. And when max ammos don't even refill your grenades, yeah, these things need to be improved. It's just kinda underwhelming, the drops. It's funny how double points is the most important power-up in the game now, because of how much you have to spend and how little you get from normal play. The full power also doesn't actually give you full power, not when you have any of the augments that give you more than 2 charges. Meaning, if you have like 75% or more of one of them charged and grab a full power, you essentially lose progress on your second charge. So it's better to just hurry up and fill it before the drop disappears. And why can you not see the progress on the second charge? This is such an amateur developer mistake that not even Vanguard made. When you had another charge, you could at least see you getting it. Now, after you fill up one, you just have to guess. It's just really annoying and something that the devs can easily fix, or had they actually played their game before releasing it, actually noticed. You know, with one new field upgrade, it just makes you think. I really wish they would have given us a new power-up in this game. And maybe they still will for the DLC season. One can only hope.